When anxiety strikes, instead of trying to get rid of it, instead of trying to come up with stories about why you are feeling it, just start by actually experiencing what anxiety is. Oftentimes, we try to resist anxiety by telling ourselves that we shouldn't be experiencing it right now. We start creating all of these stories. But in actuality, what allows you to integrate any emotion is your willingness to feel it. But this can be easier said than done. How can we actually be more present with anxiety and actually be with it at its level, right? Because essentially what is going on is that you have an emotion that is trying to tell you something, and through thinking and rumination, you are trying to avoid it. And by avoiding it, that emotion just gets louder in an attempt to gain your attention. So, one way to actually get more at the level of anxiety or any emotion is to first start by getting more curious about it. You can ask yourself the question, how do I know that I'm actually feeling anxious right now? This might seem like an absurd question, but really try to understand what is the proof of anxiety's existence. Where in my body am I feeling anxiety? Is it tension in my head? Is it my chest? Is it in my abdomen? I'm feeling butterflies or perhaps tension somewhere else. By really becoming curious about anxiety, because normally we don't really actually feel it, we just try to avoid it, suppress it. Getting curious and realizing that anxiety actually is a fluid emotion, its energy patterns in the body are constantly changing. If you get curious about anxiety, your relationship with it will change. Instead of it being one of fear, it will be one of exploration, and you will be more open to the experience of anxiety. In this exploration, if the anxiety is just too intense, you might consider using some breathing exercises, basically any exercise where the exhale is longer than the inhale, to in a way serve as a buffer agent to decrease the anxiety when you need it to be a little bit lower. And by doing so, you will be able to have a greater ability to engage with it, observe it, and be with it. So, this is the first step. Before trying to understand why you are anxious and all of that, before telling yourself that you want anxiety to go away, you must first really understand it at an emotional level. You must be with it. You must allow space for it to exist. If you allow space for anxiety and you do this first part, which is just to be with it at the level of experience, then you can try to understand why you are feeling anxious, what are the possible causes of this anxiety. You can start with your logical analysis, but this is the second step. The first step is to be with it, to experience it, not push it away, not try to understand it or rationalize it, be with it. You will notice that if you do this, you will shift your relationship with anxiety, you will be better able to tolerate it, and you will gain deeper insights on, just your capacity to be with these states of mind that you generally consider to be completely intolerable. So try this out.